Hey everybody, welcome to the episode of Search Tactical. I don't know why I did it like that. We're going to talk about a. I don't know where that came from, but we're going to talk about a range we just came back from. Um, FT3 Tactical in Staton, California. Here are my reviews of that place. When you first walk in, everyone's pretty nice, pretty cool. Granted, you got to fill out some stuff. They want to check every firearm. They want to check every bit of ammo, which is kind of normal when you go to a range here in California. I don't know anywhere else because I haven't really shot a firearm anywhere else. I would love to. I'd love to come down to Texas and shoot with Colin Noir sometime, but you never know. You never know where these things go. Um, but not in a competition wise. Just it'd be cool to meet him. He seems like a really cool dude, and I'm a big fan of his. But so we were there at T3 Tactical. Basically, it is a 24 lane uh, thing, and they have it in two separate sections where it's broken off. So basically, we get there, we fill out the paperwork like you normally do. They check everything and so on and so forth. And then, apparently there's a time limit, but they don't tell you what that is, unfortunately. I guess it was our first time there, and they just assumed we automatically knew, even though they asked us, "Is this your first time here?" And we said yes. And of course, like, they didn't tell us how long we're allowed to be there. Just randomly, about an hour, hour and a half into us being there, some guy working there came up and said we're well past our time. We were supposed to stop 45 minutes ago, which would have put us at 30 minutes. And he said, "I'm not going to charge you for the overtime, but you guys need to be respectful of time moving forward." So I guess you only get like 30 minutes to like 45 minutes for two people, unless that's like per person added in, so on and so forth. But and it was about $50. I was a little disappointed about the non-transparency about hours that you can be at the range or time you can be at the range. But I'm not only gonna be negative, I'm gonna be positive too. When we did have jams and we were struggling with it, we asked for help, and they were like more than helpful to like basically help us diagnose, like in a quick short diagnose to what it could be. And you know, I do like that place. I will say this though, I do want I do want to go back again. Um, yeah. If I had to give them a rating of 1 to 10, I'd give it a eight, between an 8 and an 8.5. Does that mean I think it's going to be it's one of the worst ranges I've ever been to? No, by far. Um, is it the best range I've ever been to? By far, no. Um, is it one of the nicest ones I've been to? Yeah, actually, it is. Parking, though, I will say this about that place. Parking sucks. I don't know what it is in Southern California, but when you try to go to a range, whether it's just a handgun range, a rifle range, an outdoor range, it's like they always make it where it's got the shittiest parking, where there's like, you got like 30 lanes, but like 10 parking spots available. It's really confusing why you guys all do that. Um, Maybe it's just because of like property choice or because of where you're allowed to have it. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know that side of the rules of like that business. And I know someone in the comments somewhere's going to be like, "Yeah, exactly. So be quiet." But I don't. And that's okay. I'm actually kind of curious. If you guys do know, definitely throw it in the comments. I would love to know. Um, Other than that, it was a really fun time. The like I said, we had a really good experience for the most part. We had a couple jams. We had one where the 22 long rifle just seized up and would not cycle. The AR needs needs retention string or retention screws up front to keep the gas in there because they broke off. So we need to replace those. And then the Stevens 320, we need to replace or not replace. It needs a little further diagnostics and oiling and so on and so forth. It did lock up a couple times, so we did have that issue. And but overall, it ran pretty well, and I'm happy that it turned out to be a fun day. If you're looking for a cool rifle range and you live in Southern California, T3 Tactical is probably your number one place to go. There isn't too many rifle ranges in Orange County. There's Raw Hog, and then T3 Tactical. Other than that, there's a ton of indoor handgun ranges. So, well, not a ton, but quite a few. Um, but they are very spread out. Like there's one that's the Firing Line that's in Huntington Beach. There's Evans Gun World in Orange. Then there's I think it's Rain. I forget the name of it. They changed it like 3 times. There's one out in Fullerton. And then there's I think one way out near Anaheim. So there's all that. So let's we're gonna have to go check those out sometime also. So till then, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh yeah, the headsets that we had on there that we did, phenomenal, amazing. It worked great. That company will always have my support. Which I hope I can get your guys' support by hitting that like button and slapping that subscribe button. And until then, everybody, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace.